Mr. Kitty likes the rosary. You like the rosary, Mr. Kitty? Isn't that funny? Save us from the fires of hell. Lead all souls to heaven, especially those in most need of thy mercy. What am I doing now with all this grease everywhere, Lisa? Hello, Lisa Fry, the Catholic unschooler, homeschooler, all around schooler. And I want to say, see this thing here? This was my father's. Hope I got my hand in the way. This was my father's. And it's wonderful. It was his apron because he loved to cook. Anyway, we are getting ready for the Epiphany. What does that even mean? Well, that's when the three kings came to see Jesus as a baby in the manger. And in my house, I always, ever since the kids were little, made a big deal out of it. So Mr. Fry, when he was with us, for those of you that don't know, he is with the Lord now. Yes, unexpectedly. The Lord just thought, I bet to himself, that I am all done waiting to see this glorious creature. It's my turn now. I don't blame him. So, but he would carry the star. We have a little paper star that we would, somebody drew, and then we would go around in there and then come out that way, and we would sing and use the triangle, this thing, the instrument, right? So we would ring this. Well, it sounds better when you're holding it up in the air. And then we would carry, like tomorrow we'll do perfume and golds. We'll take our necklaces off, and I have some frankincense, and we'll sing "We Three Kings of Orient," like that, the whole song. And then we'll make our way over to the manger. Let me show you. Here we are. And then we'll carry our gifts over here to the baby Jesus. So the thing is, we always make it a big deal. And I found some really cool games that you could play, which we have for years. So you would hide, say, like a bean, but we decided, you know what, let's use an M&M, which I don't have. That's right. So I'll have to take some sort of chocolate chip, candy, something, and you hide it in something. So what I do is, in that pan up there, the one that looks like my mother's house, every year I use this stuff, and I make almond bread with it. It's so good. Yes. Marzipan. Hey, you can make all fun, really, like little designs, if you see. I did that one year too, not for this, but for a birthday. And then whoever has the piece, I hide the piece inside, and then Mr. Fry used to, actually no, I would cut the cake, or whatever we use, pie in the past, that the almond bread. I would put it in, no, I would cut the pieces, and then he would put it in, and then he would disperse it. We'd mix it all up. And whoever got it, like say I got it, I would be the queen automatically. And then we used to make little crowns, and then I would pick my king. So it would either be Seth, my son, or Stephen, my late husband, or vice versa. Maybe one of them, and then they would have to pick me or one of the girls to be the queen. And then everybody would have to lightly serve them for the evening. So it was really a nice, fun thing. Are we going to do it tomorrow? I hope so, to a degree. The last few years, I don't even think we did it. It was just too depressing because Mr. Fry wasn't here. But we need to pick up the pieces, and I know that he is here with us, and I know that he would want us to do it. So that's what I'm doing. So what I am doing, what am I doing now? So every year we always just did something very simple. When they were little, like spaghetti was a big deal, and garlic bread. So instead of doing that, I said, let's do something different. So we found, the Taco Bell. I never had it, but it's a crunch wrap. The crunch wraps, the almond cake. Oh, and then we're going to make oh my gosh, my sister, when she used to live here with me, she used to make, when you're going to make mac and cheese, you got to use this one. It says thick and creamy, and then you put sour cream inside. I keep feeling like I want to cough. Excuse me. So, yeah. And you put some sour cream in there, and it's just like, hello. Wonderful. So we're going to have that on the side as well. Any vegetables? Of course not, Lisa. Why would I do that? No, I'm only kidding. But we got an air fryer. Look, it's so cool. Ta-da. And you just place it inside there like this. So I did get a ton of asparagus. Maybe we can do that as well. So see, just to they know it's on its way. They know it's coming. I know they're older now, but it's all right. It's a nice thing. We'll light the fireplace. I got a whole big box of Duraflame, so we can just sit by the fire, and maybe I'll show a little clip of that scene of We Three Kings. I have the best book ever. Let me see though if I can find it right now. If I don't, it is a book in the Catholic Church that is awesome. It was a Catholic that wrote it. I am going to clean this out. Look, see, I have all my stuff in here. And for years, I got all kinds of cookbooks and things that I just need to put somewhere else now. Time for change. And it's time to change and rearrange. Yeah, but it's a book on the different seasons in the church and the different celebrations. It is. I see it. You are lucky. You are in luck. Oh, you are so lucky right now. Oh my gosh, this book. I love it. I love you. I do. You got to get this. A yearbook of seasons and celebrations. All right, and here's the lady's name. Sorry, there you go. Joanna, is it Bogle? I don't know. But it is wonderful. So, for instance, let me show you. So, the church sees Advent, what to do, Christmas, and the Epiphany. See, it tells you all the different saints and for what seasons they are and how to celebrate it. Old traditions in the church. It is awesome. So, I highly, anywhere that I've ever gotten any fun things to do was in here. It's excellent. When I say seasons in the church, I don't mean seasons like winter, spring, summer, fall, although the seasons in the church do fall on those particular times. I'm talking Easter, Christmas, the Epiphany, all those special things. This is the best book ever. It is. What wonderful memories I have of using that. Oh my gosh. And I'm just talking up a storm, aren't I? All right. I think we're doing pretty good. All right. I think we did pretty good over here, hey? You think so? So much is going on in the world, in my life, and hopefully yours too, in a good way, right? And even if they're not, at least, you know, I was so nervous today. I had a medical appointment for myself, and I was just like, it was wild. Like they were doing stuff to me that I didn't plan on, you know? And so I'm in the room with these people, like 3 other people, and I'm like, gee, you never know what's going to happen in the day, do you now? So my point is that all of it is ordained by the Lord, you know? Even when you say, but yeah, this and that, like, why would he have this or that, you know? And it's not easy to understand, but all of it, every bit. So we cannot escape his will, nor do we want to, all right? So the anxiety, but I know that it is not God's will to have anxiety, and I know that it is a real thing. I've been suffering with it since my early 20s, but all the way through, I did not use any medication because I am a firm believer that when God says, I think it was like 365 days, which is that's how many days are in a year, you know, be anxious for nothing, pray, hope, and don't worry. I'm saying to myself, you know, that must be a command, right? Just like the 10 Commandments. And therefore, I have to figure it out, right? I have to figure it out. So, therefore, it must be a muscle. And let me tell you, I suffer with it tremendously. It's like, it's so crippling that it makes me move. Because the fear of sitting and doing nothing, that's my anxiety, is what's going to happen in the future with my life. But I look back at the last 3.5 years almost, that Stephen hasn't been here, and there's been nothing wrong. So all that time I was anxious for nothing. I like what my daughter's friend says. She'll say, be anxious for nothing. I am anxious for nothing. So see what I mean? It's true. So I know that when I'm feeling anxious, I know that for me, it is that I am not trusting the Lord as much as I really need to. And that's a fact. And so, and you say, but Lisa, you love God so much. Like, how could you do that? Oh, honey, let me tell you, I still need God to show up all the time because I'm so weak. And I don't want to say in my faith, but then again, you say to yourself, I just get scared. I get scared, you know, and I always have been all the time, like my whole life. And, but he just always shows up. He always shows up, always. And so that's how I know my faith is weak. And maybe you're one of those people that says, Lisa, there's nothing wrong with taking medication And I'm not telling you to listen to me as far as what you do or don't do medically. I'm just saying that if you're one who doesn't really want to take medication and you think you have to because of this anxiety, I've been doing it personally, like I said, all my life, and it hurts and it's very difficult. But like I said, I know when I'm weak. I know, and I mean, we should always be weak because then he becomes strong. But what I mean is, my faith sometimes gets weak and I say, oh God, like I'm scared. Like I don't have a plan for this situation. I don't. And no matter how many times I try, I just don't have a plan. Therefore, I don't know what I'm going to do, what is going to happen. And I don't know. I just get scared. And I say, okay, that must be my lack of faith. And I know that when I hear encouraging words and I have to put on sermons or I do a rosary or whatever it is, sometimes I just listen to the Mass on the YouTube while I'm walking around. I need to hear those hymns being sung and all that reassurance. And it's really my faith is weak. So think about it. All right. It is midnight. You don't believe me? Look. Looky. Oh, I'm crazy. Okay, so Mr. Kitty, that we all love, is over there, sound asleep. And Mr. Buns is right here because he's on my lap because he's looking for treats. And I don't know, I just got this new treat for him and he cannot have enough. It's just crazy. Like, he just won't stop. So I had to put an end to it. So Mr. Buns has to wait till tomorrow now. But I wanted to let you know that there is a movie. It's called Homecoming. I got to watch it from the beginning. One of my viewers suggested it tonight, or a couple days ago, but I am watching it right now. So check it out. It looks really nice. It's a Christmas movie, it looks like. Okay, enjoy. I just wanted to show you what Mr. Buns decided to do. Look at how he just chills out. He came over here and let me hold him for a long time. I love the Buns. I love the babes. And there's Mr. Kitty sleeping still. Look at him. What's he doing over there? Misters? What you doing, misters? Mr. Buns is watching TV with me. Aww. Very good, bunnies. Very good. I love you guys. I want to thank my subscriber for suggesting this movie. It's awesome. I feel so bad for these kids. If you've never seen it, please look it up. Homecoming. There's Mr. Kitty. He's passed out cold. And now it's after 1. Oh, wow. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I am so tired. I think I'm starting to fade. So I might have to watch the rest of this tomorrow. Highly recommend it. It's awesome. It really is just a good movie. The Homecoming? Or is it just Homecoming? I'll tell you in 1 second. Okay. It is called Homecoming. That's it. 1996. Mrs. is still sleeping.